Hello everybody, Hypers here. Today I am going to be doing some fossil grinding in Kanto to see if it's a viable money making method in 2025. In the most recent Christmas update, the admins made item magnet charms increase the odds of fossils being held by wild Pokemon when you rock smash. This means, in theory, fossil grinding is a good money-making method compared to how it was before. Before the update, you made about 130 to 150k an hour fossil grinding, which was not worth you doing it. But with this item magnet charm, I'm hoping that it might be a bit better and actually might be worth doing now. In this video, I'm going to test if fossil grinding has been improved by doing a Kanto only fossil grinding route. Kanto isn't the most efficient fossil grinding region to do it in, but I thought it would be a good region to start in because of how it isn't the most efficient, so it'll set a good baseline. I'm also going to explain the Pokemon you need for fossil grinding. If you don't want the route or you don't care about the Pokemon you need, I'll be leaving timestamps in the description so you can skip all of the explanations and Pokemon and skip straight to how much profit I got within the hour. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're looking for some more guides and money making methods on PokeMMO, make sure to leave a subscription as I'll be uploading more of these in the future. The route I was doing starts at the Poke Center of Island 1. You come down and surf across to where you normally Amlet Coin grind, rock smash these 3 rocks, then come up here and rock smash these 3 rocks. Then you go further up, you rock smash these 2 rocks, you come up the stairs and down all the way and rock smash these 2 rocks. Then you jump across this ledge, come all the way back up again, and rock smash these 3 rocks here. You come all the way up and surf across to Mount Ember. While here, you go to the left, you need to use a Strength HM Pokemon to push these rocks over. When you've done that, you come up through the grass and rock smash these 2 Pokemon. You then go across this grass and rock smash these 2 Pokemon here. You then jump down this ledge and to the right to the cave. In this cave, you destroy all of the rocks on the first floor. You come to the left and up to the second floor and destroy all the rocks on this floor as well. Then finally, you come up down the ladder and rock smash all of the rocks on the 3rd floor. Then you dig out of the cave. Once you dig out the cave, you can teleport back into the Poke Center, heal up your mons and start again. With that being said though, I'm going to start the hour grind and see how much I get from this route. While the video is sped up in the background, let's talk about exactly what you need to get fossil grinding and some more details about it as well. The 3 Pokemon I use are Banette, Parasect and Dugtrio. These are also the Pokemon that I recommend you use, although I'll explain why and then you can just pick some alternatives up if you don't want these Pokemon. Banette is your main fossil grabber. Banette has an ability called Frisk, which lets you see if the Pokemon has a held item on it. This makes it so you don't have to catch the Geodudes to get the fossil from them. The second thing you need on Banette is the move Thief. This lets you steal any of the held items from wild Pokemon. And as long as the Banette isn't holding an item himself, you get to keep it even after the battle ends. The reason I choose Banette is because it is a ghost type, which means when the Geodudes use any normal move, including Explosion, your Banette does not get any damage taken. This is really useful because in the caves, the Gravelers are about level 55, so their Explosions actually do a decent bit of damage. So any other Pokemon that isn't ghost type that tends to actually almost die if you do it. Although Banettes can be expensive, and you can do this with any Pokemon that has Frisk Thief on it, including Wigglytuff or Stantler, it doesn't really matter, but the ghost type does help you survive. Looking at the GTR right now, the lowest bin for a Frisk Thief level 100 Pokemon is about 170k, with a Banette being 190k. Although, if you don't mind leveling up yourself, you can get one as cheap as 30k already level 40. Due to explosions not being an issue, I'd recommend getting your Banette up to at least level 80 for this route. The stats of the Banette do not matter, although you do want it to be able to one-tap all the Pokemon and be faster than them, so I do recommend at least getting some good attack and speed on it. Although that is definitely not needed. These Geodudes are really weak because they're Geodudes, and you don't even have to kill them for Thief to work. So you just have to make it survive, basically. The second Pokemon I bring along with me is a damp Pokemon. I use my Parasect personally, and this is simply because if you do end up getting a shiny Geodude or Graveler, they do no explosion and they will kill themselves unless you have a damp Pokemon. If you don't know what the damp ability does, it prevents Pokemon from using self-destruction moves such as explosion or self-destruct. The third and final Pokemon I use for this method is simply a Pokemon that can dig. If you don't have a Pokemon that can dig, you'll have to use escape ropes to get out of the cave every single time. And even though escape ropes are quite cheap, you can get a Digimon for 2,000 coins from the GTL, so there's no reason not to use it. Then the rest of those slots you can use whatever Pokemon you like. I personally use more catching mons just in case, but you can put any shiny you want there or just leave it blank, doesn't matter. If you are going to be doing any fossil grinding, I do recommend you also buy an item magnet charm. In the most recent update, they increased the odds of wild Pokemon holding items. This wasn't the case before, although they updated it recently, and yes, it does include fossils. So if you do plan on fossil grinding for the hour, I do recommend buying one. And if you and your friends are fossil grinding, they can also be in your link and get a 10% bonus too, which is obviously isn't as good as buying one yourself, but if your friends aren't as rich as you are and can't afford one, there's that option as well. With that being said though, let's go into how much money I made within the hour. Alright, the timer is coming to the end. I am almost over the 1 hour period, and I can't say it's been fun, although money making on this game never really is. I am curious to see how much money I've gotten within the hour, because I have been getting a lot of old ambers, and those are the most expensive fossils here, so I am curious to see how much in total I've gotten. Well, that being said though, that was my final rock. 5 seconds remaining. Let's go see how much I got within that hour and see how much profit you get from Kanto fossil grinding. Before I check this, I made sure to clear out my bag of fossils before we started, so we know exactly how much I've gotten within that hour. So when I type in fossil, as you can see, I've gotten 5 dome fossils and 4 helix fossils, and then I have gotten 8 old ambers. This is incredibly lucky. Old ambers are the most profitable ones, so the fact that I've got more of those than all the other ones is very good. I've also gotten 12 everstones and 13 hardstones. Let's go profit check all of this and see exactly how much I got an hour, and then I'll have to remove all of the money I spent during this on stuff like repels and the magnet charm and stuff, but we'll be able to get a good number of how much this makes an hour. Let's check old ambers first, as that's the one I have the most of. So right now, old ambers are selling for about 15,000, so let's go list those. So I'm listing these for 14,500 each, which means in total from old ambers I made 115k, which is a lot. That is already how much I was expecting to make in the hour, so I am very happy with that. Now let's check dome fossils. So dome fossils are cheaper, about 10k per, and last is helix fossils. Helix fossils are about 9k as well, so I'm going to list those for about 9k also. I also have to sell the everstones, which are about 6k per, which is more than I was expecting actually. So I have 12 of those for 6k per. And last is hardstones, which are sell for 1,500 each. Alright, I am not going to claim those right now. I'm going to wait for all of them to sell, and that way I'll be able to see exactly how much I made from this. While those sell, I would like to ask if you guys have any suggestions on any other guides or routes you'd like me to make for any other money making method in the game. Comment it down below and I'll make it. I am planning on making a lot more videos like this about all the money making methods in the game, just so I can test them personally, and also just to show you guys what is the most profitable thing to do right now. I haven't seen anyone make any videos about fossil grinding since they changed the item magnet, so I thought I'd be the person to go test it out. And from the results so far, I think that fossil grinding is actually a decent money making method now, but we'll see if that's true once I get all the money into the GTL. It has been a full day since I listed all of the fossils, and I think everything has finally been sold. So let's go see exactly how much I made from that hour of fossil grinding. From all of the unclaimed Pokeyen, I have made about 289,000 Pokeyen in the hour of fossil grinding, although this doesn't include the repels or the magnet charm. The magnet charm was about 30k when I bought it, although they are rising to 31k now, and I spent about 14,000 Pokeyen on repels. This means in total I made about 250,000 Pokeyen from the hour of fossil grinding. Obviously, as you saw, I did get a bit lucky with the old ambers. If you were going to do it, I'd think you'd make normally around 200,000 Poke-Yen an hour. This is not too bad though. I assumed it would be closer to 100k. I wouldn't recommend you prioritizing this over a trainer rerun or a gym rerun, but if you have done both of those for the day and you still need a little bit more Poke-Yen, I do think an hour of fossil grinding is a good way of going about it. In future videos, I'll be doing some amulet coin grinding and maybe even fossil grinding in different regions to see how this compares. But right now, I think it is a decent money making method if you do need some extra money and you don't have any other region unlocked, as you only do need Kanto complete for this method. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope this was useful. Good luck in your fossil grinding if you do decide to do it, and good luck.